Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to see how to make the checkout page in our Django e-commerce. So previously we had set the item to active and then we had made the wish list. And now in our cart, we'll add a checkout button over here. So once you click checkout, you have to go to the checkout page and then we will display all the cart items in the right side and we will also validate the products. So if I have added a product in my cart maybe some days ago and then now it is out of stock, so when I click on my checkout, that time that product has to be removed from my cart. And the other side will have the shipping details. So let's get started with it. So we'll go to the code and here we'll create a path first, and here in our templates store cart.html. So here we are going to add it after this for loop. Say a tag, close the a tag over here and say checkout href equal to URL of checkout. Copy that and add a class over here, class btn outline success. So we'll just check that, refresh. Okay, so that URL is asking to create. So just create that, copy and create a path over here and say checkout.index and name equal to checkout. So we need to create this checkout file over here. So in our controller folder, we'll just create that new file checkout.py and just open one of these and import this common things over here. Copy, paste. So here we are not going to use the JSON response and we leave the rest of the things. So I'll just go and import it over here, wish list, and then we just created the checkout. So we have given the function name as index. Copy that, go to your checkout and create a function index, pass the request, and here we are going to say return render request and then the template name. So that is going to be over here inside templates store checkout.html. So just create a new file, say checkout.html store slash checkout.html, and here we need to pass the context. So in the context we will be passing all the cart data and the total price of the cart. I'll just create a variable called raw cart. So we'll have all the cart items in this. Say cart dot objects. Let us just import that over here. Say from models import cart. Okay, yeah. So cart dot objects dot filter, where the user is equal to request dot user. So the authenticated users, whatever product he has saved in his cart, that thing we are fetching over here, and then we are just iterating over it for item in raw cart. So here we are checking if the available stock is greater than the requested quantity by the user. So just write that if item dot product qty. So you can just check that in your cart model. So I'll just go there inside your models. So in your cart, you have the product QTY, right? So yeah, item.product_qty is greater than item.product.quantity. So this is nothing but your product model. So just go there. Your model, you just have the product, right? So in this, we have the quantity over here. So this is the available stock. So we are checking if the requested quantity is greater than the available stock, then we are just going to remove that thing from the cart. Say cart dot objects dot delete where id is equal to item dot id. So now our cart is filtered. So only the products which are available in stock, that things are remaining in our cart. So now we will just fetch all that items. Cart items is equal to cart dot object, just copy and paste, filter, and then you have the total price equal to 0. We'll just keep that over here, and then we are going to iterate over it for item in cart items. Then say total price is equal to total price plus item dot product. So this is the product model, and in that we have the selling price into the requested quantity. Say item dot product underscore qty. Let me just close the sidebar. Yes. So once it is iterated over all the products and multiplied with the number of quantity it is requested, then we'll have the total price in our total price variable. So we'll just pass all these things in our context. Say cart items, copy that, put a colon and paste, then add a comma, and then we have to pass the total price. Copy and paste. So once we have made the place order thing, right, we have to make an addition over here. So we'll be taking the user details, right, the address, city, state, pin code, and the other details. So when the user is storing his order for the first time, so that time we will just update that details in his profile. So we will extend the user model which Django provides by default. So that model we will extend it to our profile model, and we will store the basic details. And then next time when the user is placing his order, that time we will autofill that input fields. If the user requires to change that, he can remove that and add his new details, or that will be there by default. So you can just continue with the same address. So for now, we'll just keep it this much. Once the order is placed, that time we will make that. So now let us go to our checkout.html, and here just copy this, copy, paste, then copy and paste. So first we'll change this to checkout over here, and we'll change the URL to checkout. And then here we are going to start with the container. So I'll just copy it from here, copy and paste, close the div. Then we'll have a row over here. So I'll just copy this and paste it here, container, and then have a row. And then we are going to have a column MD6 over here and the other half part over here. Let me just show you in the output screen. Just go and refresh. So, okay, there's some issue. Let us check. No module name models. Okay, so here just say store.models. That is because inside our store over here we have the models, right? Here store.models, and we are inside this file over here checkout. So it's asking for the main folder and then it's file. Okay, so now it should work. Go and refresh. Yeah, so we'll go to the checkout, and here we are going to divide this into a half screen. So the first half will have the user details and the second half will have the order items and the total price, like the order summary, you can say. Yeah. So let's go back to the design and here say copy the div and paste over here, and I'll change the class name to column MD6 and just copy and paste, close the div. Just add shadow over here, and inside this we will have the card, say dot card. Okay, open div class is equal to card, close that div over here, and then copy and paste it over here and say card body. So inside this card body I'll just have an h6 tag over here, and say basic details, keep a HR over here, and then we will add another div with the class row over here, copy and paste over here, and then close that div, copy and paste. So inside this we will just give an input type equal to text and placeholder equal to enter first name. So we'll just check the output, refresh. So you can see it over here, right? So this shadow have to give it in this card. So just control X and paste it over here. Refresh, yes, and let us give some padding on the top and bottom. So either you can give padding or margin. So so in this container we will directly give it over here, MT3. So now let us check the output, refresh. Okay, yeah, so this first name you can see that it has taken the whole space over here, so I need to divide it into half, and this other half is too big for just the order summary, so I'll just extend this over here and keep it to column MD7 over here. And this thing, first we'll add a class to this, say class equal to form control, and a label over here, close label, copy paste, yes, close the tag, and say first name, and refresh. Yeah, so I'll just divide this into half. So we'll just copy a div and paste over here, change the class name to column MD6 and close that div. I'll just align this, and now you can check our output. So I've got it over here, and copy and paste, change this to last name, enter last name, refresh. Similarly, we will be taking few other fields like email, phone, and the address, city, state, country, and pin code. So I'll just finish that design over here and get back. So here I have just added all the fields over here. So I'll just show you the output. So here we have our output. So I have first name, last name, email, phone. So you can just design this using your CSS. So you can just reduce the text box size. So we'll do that later. So here in the other part of the screen, we will fetch the order data and we will be displaying the order image, the product image, the product name, the product quantity, and the price. And here we will be showing the total price. So let's go back to the code and start with it. So here you can see that we have column MD7. So just close that. And here, let me just zoom in. Yes. So create a div, add a class, column MD5, and close this div. So here we will add the card and card body class, copy and paste, then close the divs. So we'll add a H6 tag over here. H6, close H6, and then say order summary, and then we'll add a HR over here, and then here we will be displaying the cart items. So here we will be checking in this cart items if we have some value or not. So just we'll write an if condition over here. If cart items is true, and here we'll give an else condition, and here you can just keep a h4 tag over here, close h4, and say your cart is empty. So here when we have items in your cart, this thing will become true, and here we're going to show our table. Just write that table, open and close table, and then we have t head, copy and paste, close the t head, and then inside the t head we have a tr, that's nothing but table row, close the table row, and then we have the table heading. Just copy that and paste, and here we'll have the name and the qty, and then the price, and then just below the t head are going to open the t body, copy and paste, and inside the t body we will have a for loop first. So just say for item in cart items, just copy that and paste it over here, and we'll just bring this to the next line, and here we will have a tr, close tr, and inside the tr we will have td, copy and paste, close td. So inside this, within double curly braces, we are going to echo the item dot product dot name, and just copy and paste. So item dot product quantity, and then the product dot selling price. So let me just check the output, go and refresh, and here you can see you have this thing. So let us add a class to that table, and here it is, table class is equal to table, table striped, and table bordered. Copy and let me just save and refresh. So here it is. So you can just remove this bordered and striped if you require. Like, let me just make a mistake in this class names, so that CSS will go off. This looks better. And even if you want the image over here, you can just keep the table header as product, and within the same TD you can just keep the item name along with the image. we'll do that over here. Say img src is equal to item dot product dot yeah product image dot url, and we need to give the height width over here. So see, height equal to, I'll give 50 px, width even the same thing, 50 px, refresh, and here it is. We'll give some space over here. Say class equal to margin end 2, and let us go to the output and check, refresh. Okay, so this thing will just remove it from here. We had done that in the cart, I guess. Here it is. Copy that and paste the selling price, yes, or here. Refresh, and it's gone. So now what we are going to do is we are going to show the total price over here. We will just multiply this with this quantity. I just go to my cart, and yes, all three is over here. I just reduce this and go to my checkout page. Yeah, so it's working. I'll just make this to 1. Go to your cart, checkout. Okay, so we'll go back to the code, and here you can see your table ends over here. So below the table, just add a h6 tag over here, h6, close h6, and say grand total, and inside this we are going to add a span tag over here. Span, close that span tag, and we are going to give a class name to this, a class equal to float end, and here we are going to display the total amount, rupees, and say total price, that is nothing but we have sent it over here. Copy that and paste it over there. Let's just check our output now. Go and refresh. You can see it over here. So I'll just make it a little bit bold. Refresh, and yes. So I'll just remove this decimal. So here, copy and paste, refresh, and yes. So below this thing we will have the place order button, so that is the cash on delivery. So we'll just add that now. Say a href, and class is equal to btn primary, close a tag, and here say cash on delivery, COD, place order, save, and now refresh. So I'll just make it the full width and some space from the top. So you can just make a div over here, open div, class equal to margin top 3, and then close the div, and then here say width 100, and we'll change it to BTN success. You get that button in green color. Refresh. Okay, so here it is. So once you press this COD place order button over here, we will take all the values from this and make sure this is not null. So we'll validate it. So all the fields are mandatory over here. And we will just take that and insert it in our orders table. So that's it in this video, guys. We have seen how to make the checkout page in our Django e-commerce. So in the next video, we will be seeing how to design our order and order items table, and we will be placing the order. So that's it in this video, guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.